Hello, Betenbough Homes. I'm Brandon Walsh. I'm the Executive Director of Hope on 1,000 Hills, and we're so grateful that you are reviewing our grant proposal. It's a privilege for us to be considered. We want to take this opportunity to put our grant request in larger context of our ministry, to give you all a better understanding of what we do and what a dramatic difference this grant would make in the lives of the people we serve. To do that, we want to take you on a journey with us to Nzuzu, one of the 25 rural villages Hope on 1,000 Hills works with. Nzuzu is a small village church, 40 minutes drive from the buzzing metropolis of Kigali, but it might as well be 1,000 miles away. The roads are rough and slow to drive. The people in this community are, like 80 to 90% of Rwandans, subsistence farmers who make around $1 to $2 per day. The local community bound together a few years ago to buy land and build a small mud brick chapel where they could meet for worship. A little while later, with the help of our ministry, they started to welcome children into that space for affordable preschool education, using whatever minimal resources were available. These children also began receiving a daily nutrition supplement, which can play a major role in preventing physical and mental stunting. However, last month, the government of Rwanda abruptly closed this little church, along with thousands of others across the country due to immediately imposed building codes, including the need for glass windows and concrete floors and walls. This took our whole community by surprise, and means that many rural communities were not able to reopen their churches. So Hope on 1,000 Hills asked them to gather whatever resources they could provide, and we would subsidize the rest. Last week, we took a journey to Nzuzu to help them deliver 1 ton of concrete necessary for them to complete their floors and walls. This is where our grant request comes in. Right now, our ministry does not have a vehicle which can be used to transport people and materials to these rural parishes. Every week, we deliver over 500 pounds in total of porridge to over 18 locations just like Nzuzu. We used to do this on a motorcycle, then in a small SUV, but the suspension on even the small SUV was nowhere near strong enough to handle the wear and tear these loads took on it. In recent months, we have started renting a used Toyota Helix truck several days a week to carry porridge and other larger loads like concrete. This is prohibitively expensive in the long term. We have asked Betenbough to help us buy a similar used Helix. Due to the high import taxes on vehicles, a 2014 like the one seen here costs about $25,000. Last week, we loaded about 2,000 pounds into the back of a pickup we rented and drove out to Nzuzu. There, we met local pastors Didas and Raphael. I was excited to see Raphael again. Hope on 1,000 Hills provided a scholarship for him to receive basic pastoral training at our local seminary. I just taught a course there on Paul's epistles, and he was in the class. Many of my students came to understand the gospel of grace for the very first time. When at Nzuzu, we were able to visit the children in the school immediately next to the church. The church community came together with local city leadership and built 1 classroom and laid the foundation for 2 more classrooms. Before this school was built, these children walked 2 hours each way to attend classes. The second part of our grant request is to finish this preschool, allowing 100 more students to attend this school. Our program is play-based, helps develop critical thinking skills, and introduces kids to Christ. All this in addition to providing highly nutritious porridge that can change a kid's life forever by helping their brain develop properly at a critical time. To finish the school, including safe latrines and a water tank, will cost another $25,000. These children, and so many more, will have their lives changed by this school and the truck that will bring them porridge. That's why we're asking for you to come and be a part of what God is doing here. We raise all our program funds separately from overhead, so 100% of your donations go directly to the cause you specify and not to paying any administrative staff like me. So we invite you to come and change lives with us. This grant would be an incredible gift to these communities and to us who serve the Lord here. Thank you.